This is for the nerds, this is for the brainiacs, this what we deserve. Go ahead and play it back, you ain't gonna touch me, you not gonna do nothing, you are not above me, I bet you wish you was me, I know it, I know.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Only Friends podcast. As always, I'm joined by only my friends and an onlooker. We have the man behind the man behind the man.
Ew.
Joined by
I don't know why I'm not getting your mic anymore.
I don't care. Wait, what?
I wasn't getting your mic anymore. No,
What seems to be the trouble?
it's coming in and out.
I'm hands off, man. This is a you thing. All right, I'm in.
All right.
I'm in. We're in. Trying to do a little something today. Today we got a fun show for you. We are going to recap yesterday's episode of High Stakes Poker. Every Monday, PokerGo puts out a brand new episode of High Stakes Poker. If you aren't a member there already, by all means, use our code S4Y. That will get you, I think, 15 or 20% off a yearly subscription. But in any event, we'll be covering some of the highlight hands from yesterday's episode. It was a doozy.
It was fun.
Doyle's
back, baby. Big bet poker.
He's getting out of line, man. He's been taking the Joe Ingram school of no limit hold'em. I think he's ready to play some 4-card.
He would do good, bro. His book had all the games.
It did have all the games. Did you even read Super System?
Hell no.
You never read Super System?
Hell no.
Yeah.
I want to read it.
Too.
No, neither. I mean, I like the guy, but
That's like the only book I read.
I only read Daniel Negreanu's.
Never read it.
Like, I don't know. I just remember Ace Queen Offsuit being trouble.
No, that was in Super System.
Well, he copied it.
Yeah. No,
My first hand at Caesars, 9 max 1-2. Somehow I was under the gun, but my first VPIP hand, like I could, had Ace Queen under the gun. And,
mucked it?
and I was like, Daniel taught me that.
Wow.
And
Wow. You've been in it from day fucking one.
You read Helmuth's book. You know about the jackal.
No. I didn't read it.
Lamanna's parents have Helmy's book.
Oh, yeah.
They for sure read it.
They definitely did. Yeah.
I feel like they read every.
That won them so many tournaments at the dailies at Bally's.
Yeah.
Those $45 tournaments.
Yeah, I
My
wasn't
mom used to crush
interested.
those.
I wasn't interested in anything outside of Super System because he put a lot of money in the pot. Daniel was like, "I'm gonna write a book about small ball." I'm like, "Pussy." I don't want anything to do with that. I want to go with the guy who flops a flush draw and just finds a way to put all of his chips in the middle. That's my spirit animal.
Yeah.
You should wear red is nice on you on this background. Like,
Yeah.
you see?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Wait, I got a little glow.
Yeah, it was I don't know about the glow. That's just a light. Pop.
Whatever.
He has a pregnant glow.
I'm
Ooh.
angelic. Okay. Don't.
Why?
You have a different
Why
angle every
is
day?
my setup so bad every day?
That's good.
Look,
I think
what's
it's
wrong
nice.
with that?
I think it's nice. You look huge.
We will have a permanent solution tomorrow. What like?
I'm quitting.
What do you
quit.
What do you want from us? This is the money shot. They have the Clemente Bridge behind them.
Yeah.
No.
Here we are.
There's
That's not
nothing
the-
we can do. Like
that's
that
not
is the
the
money
bridge.
shot. I can't take a camera away from
No.
them.
Doesn't
yeah,
make
what are
any
you gonna do?
sense.
I can't take a
Sorry.
camera away from him. Chin has the second money shot with this beautiful backdrop of Las Vegas, Nevada. All of our faces on OnlyFans.
Listen, what I'm hearing is you guys all have a money shot, but me.
You're naturally beautiful. You don't need
Yeah, you
a
don't
high
need it.
quality
Yeah,
camera.
that's
We
all
all
it
need
is.
it. We
This
all need
is
the
right.
extra
You're
help.
just so
This is
beautiful.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just so
Yeah.
good looking that
They
we
stick
put you
me
in
the
SD
corner.
instead of HD.
They put a fucking
They need
MacBook
to get
camera
the
on
angle
me.
Of the tat though. Should have got the tat.
You mean the QAnon?
QAnon.
QAnon tat?
It's not a QAnon.
Do you want to explain why you got a QAnon snake
not
on
a
your shoulder?
Ouroboros.
Oh what?
That's
an
in the shape of a
Ouroboros.
Q.
Looks like Q to
It's
me.
not a Q.
There's
but
some
it-
conspiracy theories floating around the internet
That's fine.
that you are.
I wish I was Q because maybe then I'd be rich.
I don't think Q's rich.
Aren't they like Illuminati?
I got you.
I mean,
Nah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Well-
that's why when I put the book and we had the QAnon, everyone was like, "What are they doing?"
Yeah.
There's some conspiracy.
What are your thoughts on
why do you wear a
drinking baby's
Palantir
blood?
shirt? And why does
I
she
would
have
do
a
it
cute on tap?
within reason. Like, how did the baby die?
There's a lot of like subliminals.
You drank
in
their
this
blood.
While they were alive? While they're alive.
In the
I
basement of a pizza shop after you fucked them.
I don't know.
I don't know about all
didn't-
that.
I didn't
That's
get,
a little too much.
yeah, I didn't get too many details. I didn't go down
If
too
it's
far the
humanely
rabbit hole
sourced,
to
then
tune on.
sure. Why not? Would you guys eat human meat?
No.
Oh
Oh my God.
How's he gonna
like
say
lab
yes?
grown.
Wow.
How's it being
He's gonna
sourced?
say
Lab
yes.
What do you
grown.
mean? Don't no.
Lab grown human meat.
Lab grown for
grown?
sure.
Or your friend is like, I don't want my like Conrad's like, pay me $5,000 and you can eat my leg.
You know
I
what's
mean-
funny? We like before the podcast starts, we have this thing called the Run a Show, and we're just like, here's what we're gonna talk about.
This is the intro. No, this is the intro. This is the intro part of Run of Show.
Yeah, what do you mean run of show? We're just there's talent in this.
Yeah.
The fact that we could just go.
You guys
Yeah.
eat human
Well,
meat?
obviously, we never.
No, I mean there's a run of show.
Yeah.
Like these are the topics we're gonna hit, but within
yeah,
those
yeah.
topics,
Yeah.
there's a lot of fun.
Depending on how the human meat is sourced, yes.
Yeah, I agree,
would
Adam. My head looks huge in this shot.
Non-GMO.
I honestly
non-GMO.
think that
It's
everyone in this room is sabotaging me.
It's because you have a tiny body, not because you have a huge head.
I don't have either.
What, you're reading the comments this early like that?
I'm very normal sized.
Like you're just like
I'm trying to see this.
First comment right
This is
away.
not the shot's not working. Whatever.
I think somebody
I
just
won't
called us
take
the
any clips
douches
from
of
today.
poker.
whatever, man.
What is the matter with you guys? Why do you ask about the human meat?
Just wondering.
Would you eat human meat?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, depending on how it's sourced, I think this is like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Like if you could just take some DNA from Conrad and then grow me a
Who do you
nice-
think would taste the best?
Oh, it's obviously me since you guys keep using it.
No, you would.
Christ.
You'd be so gamey. Oh yeah. Yeah. You. No. It'd be gamey and it'd probably have like hints of weed.
It would definitely taste
Yeah,
like weed.
Yeah.
It would get you high if
Yeah.
you ate him.
Nobody wants that. Nobody wants CBD induced
Oh my god.
or infused
Are you sure about that?
meat.
What's happening?
It sounds like you
Where
paid
are we
3x for
I mean,
that.
I'm sure people might, but I think like a nice rump roast from Chin would be good.
I will smack
Yeah.
Toss
Smack
it.
that shit out.
Like,
Flavorful.
yeah.
It would be so flavorful.
You know, like
Man.
like in a crock pot. Keep it on
on a
simmer for like
smoker,
16
low and
hours.
slow.
Yeah, low and
Slow
slow,
and
baby.
slow.
Low and
Barbecue
slow.
Fridays right there.
Hannibal about to get smacked up. That's what I'll say.
Some chopped up
You gotta let
potatoes.
the fat render. That's the best.
That-
That's
oh,
the juice
yeah.
right there.
What is wrong
Yeah,
with you people?
nice
See, people
marbling.
think that water is the what makes the meat juicy
is the-
and
it's
good.
the
No, it's the
oil.
rendered fat.
That you're
which you
goddamn right.
perceive as moisture.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Now,
Let's
now we're talking.
Yeah.
All right, so now that we've got lunch out of the way, let's get to a few other topics. First thing that we should all we're rich. Hey, congratulations on being rich, everybody.
What?
Bitcoin's up.
Oh yeah,
Bitcoin's up. Let's go.
Yeah, Bitcoin.
We bust through the 46K wall.
We did.
We
I
all
think
buy
it-
we all buy our Bitcoin on Kraken if Kraken is listening.
Yeah, right.
We all buy our
Exactly.
Bitcoin on Kraken. Just letting you all know. That's a free one by the way.
Yeah, there's more where that came from. If
Yeah.
you
Yeah, we're like
speak
drug
of
dealers.
pot.
First one's free, but you know,
First
in the
one's
future,
free.
Yeah.
First one's free.
that's how you get your clientele. Bitcoin busts through the 46K wall. Amanda, you were talking about their that being the point of resistance, and it looks like we've
Yeah, so now they look at the next one is 52K. That's the next number you're looking at. So
52 on the way to 100.
I'll say
52 on the
this.
way to 100.
I ain't coming the day that it hits 100,000.
Oh.
I will be
no,
here.
yeah.
I'll be here. My dick
I'll
will
be
be
in-
swinging.
We'll have a huge
Bro,
party.
I will be in Dominican Republic's nice.
You could buy the Dominican Republic if it hits 100.
That's why I said I'll be in Dominican Republic.
Yeah, it looks like things are trending up. I was talking to Dan O'Brien. We have a little group chat, and he just out of the blue just said, "Bears are fucked."
Yeah.
That's always a good sign. That feels good. That's when it's like,
that's a
okay.
signal to buy.
Yeah, that's it's like, okay, good. Holding has been working out then, and we're in a good place right now. The winter is over. We've
Yeah.
moved into the altcoin spring.
Do it. DeFi is back.
$1 million.
What? It'll get there.
One
Who knows when, but it
million.
will get there.
You guys are greedy. I'm so happy right now at 47,000. just keep it there for a minute.
I know, actually keep it there because I only have a little bit.
Right. We still
I
right.
need- I need
That's the
some-
thing. It's just
Everyone
like
calm down.
Yeah,
I just
let's
started
keep it.
buying. Well, I started buying Bitcoin right at the top.
Sure.
Yeah, perfect time to buy it. Like
Yeah.
about 59,000.
Conrad probably told you to
I
buy
bought
at
all
that
the way
point.
down, and I'm
Top
just like,
signal.
You always say this nonsense.
Cost average down.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
fine.
Yeah,
But y'all don't do any other y'all don't do like stocks or nothing.
No.
I think I have $150.
Chiz's trying to pump this this one stock by Peter Thiel. He's just like really trying to get it to rip.
Listen, when Palantir, don't call me later. Like when it's the new fucking Tesla.
These guys, for backstory of what they do, all they do is farm data. So like
they
they're
don't
basically
farm data.
yeah,
No, they don't. What's farm data to you?
like taking data from phones and wearables and things of that nature. All right, what do they do next?
All right, they take the entire company's data, right? Let's say, for example, we give them software-wise all their data, and they give us a result of how to run our company more efficiently. And then they create a contract, and then if you feel like it's working, then we renew the contract.
I think you're missing a big step. How do they tell us how to run more efficiently?
Because that's what the software is. They put all the data into the software, and then the software will tell you like this is this is.
But
what
what's the
you're missing.
algorithm built off?
Where
of?
did you
No,
buy?
how-
Where
it's-
on
it's-
this chart did you buy?
All the way at that bottom where it
All
says
right.
10.
All right.
That's where we're
good.
at.
That's good.
What
Average cost of 11.
What's the algorithm built from? Like, how does it analyze the data
You
efficiently?
think they're just gonna tell you these things?
Well, I'm just saying it,
That's proprietary.
to me it implies
I'm
that
just
they
telling
have
you-
mass data that they've analyzed.
I'm just telling you that they found Bin Laden.
okay.
That's a
They
fact.
They found Bin
personally
Laden?
did.
Palantir is rumored to have found Bin Laden. They'd have a contract with CIA and everything.
Okay.
Okay, they had the contract.
But
to-
you know what that means, right?
Wait a second. Okay, listen, Peter.
me-
Give me a cut. Okay, god damn. And then also that like one of their biggest contracts was with like getting all the COVID tests out, like to the entire country. So I don't know, man.
I'm just saying that implies. I don't know for a fact. I haven't done that much research. I just Googled it when I saw people calling you out in the comments.
Calling me out.
Oh,
a lot
calling
of
you
people
out.
were like, "Yo, hell yeah, dog."
Like you shilling.
I'm not chilling. I just support.
I just happened to notice that, or I guess I'm inferring that if they're able to find Bin Laden and they're able to take our company data and analyze it through some software, the algorithm very likely is built off of having farmed infinite data that gives them answers. You know what it reminds me of is that scene in The Dark Knight where Morgan Freeman has that tool.
Supercomputer.
Where you just like turn it on and literally triangulate all of the conversations and data and text and everything else
They got
being
it
sent
all,
throughout
bro.
the city.
They got it.
Yeah,
They
they've been
got the
doing that.
smoke.
I mean, the government's been doing that.
Data's
For a
the new
long time.
oil.
That-
Probably.
that's-
It's like proven.
That's facts.
Data's the
That
new
doesn't
oil.
concern you?
No, I'm just buying in.
They already.
you mean?
What
Like,
can we do about it?
let's
They already
go.
have all
Like,
that shit. Might
Data's
as well
the new
profit
oil.
from
I'm
it.
in.
We are really silly. Like I have this Whoop, right?
We aren't
And
silly.
I've been wearing it for 3 years. So it's a wearable that tracks my data like heart rate variability, my sleep patterns. I literally keep a journal all the way down to the granular stuff like did I jerk off that day?
Oh wow!
It tracks
You really track that?
tracks everything.
Wait, it knows when you're jerking off?
No, but like there
what
are
I thought you
prompts.
meant.
There are prompts that ask you like
Did you masturbate?
Did you fast today? Did you use the sauna today? Were you sick? Were you injured?
It asks
Did you
if
jerk
you
off?
It says that.
And
That's
then
too much to give to that.
And then it gives you a
It's
report.
private.
It gives you a monthly report that basically tries to take all these data points and find some correlation between performance, right?
Yeah.
And that's fine. But like, let's be
Interesting.
honest. I don't really scrutinize these reports. I'm not getting shit out of this. I literally look at the app on the days that I feel bad and say,
You're
does
just
this tell me?
volunteering your?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like on the days I feel bad, I look at the app and I'm like, let's see if the data corroborates that I feel like shit, or am I just being a little bitch?
Yeah.
And you know, most days it's like, hey, your recovery's trash. You probably need a nap. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take care of myself today.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I'm spending $30 a month for this company to get all the fucking data at once on me.
Yes.
And then use it against me somewhere down the line. This
Yeah.
is insanity.
Yeah, well, they
Insane.
do that. They do reverse construction. So they'll take,
What
whatever.
I'm hoping.
I mean, you're fine. You're like a white man. It's not
Sure.
your whatever. They don't target people.
Well,
like
I'm
you.
hoping what ends up happening is that they're so impressed that they just build an army of me. And
Yeah.
Next topic. What the fuck?
That's,
An army of you?
you know,
They just build an army of me, some of which are being farmed
That's
for us to
ambitious.
eat, obviously, because
No, we don't.
You
No one
are
wants to
gonna
eat
be the
your meat.
blandest
You're gonna
motherfucker
taste like
Yeah, you
fucking
would not be
Alright.
tasty at all.
cardboard.
I don't need to be. You know what I would be?
blandest.
You know what I
No
would be?
one wants that.
Nutritionally efficient.
No.
My
Not
macros
even.
would be
Not
pure.
Your diet is
definitely not
90%
enough fat
cheese
on you.
quesadilla.
There's definitely not enough fat on you.
Perfect. It
That's
would be
good
nice.
that's good for what you want. That's not good. For
I would be great
I wanna
jerky. I would be the best
No.
goddamn jerky you ever had.
It would be
yeah.
so
Yeah, I
dry
could get
and
behind that.
flaky.
You're
Yeah.
dry.
We would have to.
It would be dry. There's not enough fat in there. It's like, well, maybe because you eat a lot of cheese.
I don't eat that much cheese.
There'd
You
be no
eat.
taste.
It's mostly cheese quesadillas, isn't it? Lately, you've been eating eggs and bacon.
Go your side, all right?
Wait,
You
like
don't know
two
what the
times
fuck
in
you're
less
talking
than
about.
Can we do like a go your side like whole thing one day?
Elaborate. I'm
Go your
open
side
for anything.
Yeah,
No,
sure.
what you mean? The kitty cow go your side, just like an entire
We just comb through her
Yeah,
Twitter timeline for like
and
the last
just bring
decade.
bring up all the go your sides. Like,
I like that. That could be an interesting topic of discussion. Other news and notes: the NFL passed a new overtime rule only for the playoffs, and it seems like a hedge. From what I was reading, they didn't get enough support to pass it for the regular season, but I would imagine that it's going to move
Tomlin's
forward.
fault.
Yeah, it's Tomlin's fault for
But
sure.
does this mean that we're going back in time for Josh Allen to get the ball?
Effectively, yeah. That's literally exactly what this is
Can
predicated on.
Can he just have the ball, please?
So-
Give it to him?
To explain the new rule, basically it's the old rule as it was, except both teams will get a full possession. So even if you score a touchdown the first possession, it doesn't end the game. Now there's massive. So all it does is swing the variance for the coin toss, right? Before, there was a lot of variance in winning the coin toss because you wanted the ball first to try to end the game on a touchdown. Yeah. Now you want to win the coin toss so you can get the ball second and potentially end the game a multitude of ways. Or at worst, answer. Right? So now by taking the ball second, you give your defense the chance to win the game out of the gate,
Right.
and then your offense a chance to either answer or win. I thought that I think it was the Colts and Titans. They were two teams that proposed a permanent change, and I think that this is by far the best scenario. I'm surprised it kind of took this long to think of, but it's a bit of a merge of what the NFL does and what college football does after X amount of scores. Basically, they were saying, okay, let's do it where we adhere to the same rule that we have now, where the game can still end on the first possession. But in order to end the game on the first possession, you have to score a touchdown and go for two successfully.
Yeah.
Which is really
I like that.
fascinating because there's a lot of variance to going for two, obviously. So it's a weird calculation now where going for two and making it ends the game. And that's got to be worth like a lot of EV, right?
But if you miss that,
Going for two and missing it now puts you in a position to lose the game outright.
What would Tomlin do?
Go for two.
You think he would go for two?
Yeah, for sure. I think he's.
Do you think most coaches would go for
I
two? Or
think
do you
all-
think
all
that it would be?
coaches
I think it matters on your defensive side, right? Because the end result is that if you go for one, 98.5% of the time or something like that, you're free rolling at worst getting another possession, right? And 51 or 52% of the time, you end the game.
If you go for one,
If you get the touchdown and kick,
right?
it's like 98%
Yeah,
or
unless
so.
the other team scores and goes for two.
Yeah, but that's
To
like
win it.
probably damn near 0%.
Is it?
I would
Why
think
would
so.
You just want to give them the ball back. I think they would. I think a lot of.
Well, I
teams
guess
would go for
time
two.
would matter
You
a
can
lot.
win it right there, or you can kick the ball back to them, and then they can just kick a field goal and win it.
Yeah, that's fair. But time would also be a big indicator. Like if there's, let's say, 2 minutes left and it's clear you're never getting the ball back, obviously
Then you always go.
you're always going
Yeah.
for two.
And after two possessions in only 10 minutes, that's going to be a case a lot of the time.
Yeah, that's true.
I think a lot. Of,
I
I
think
think
it-
most coaches would just go for two. Like,
I think
all
you're
of them,
probably right.
basically.
Yeah.
Especially after like the first year.
Yeah, that's probably right. But still, I don't think that weighs into the. I don't think that makes you want to go for two more necessarily the first time around, right? Because your defense could still just stop them.
does football have like analytics similar to basketball now, or no?
They're coming along, right?
So this is the thing that I don't really understand. So baseball is very public about it. And we know that they have analysts in every single clubhouse. Like the Moneyball book and movie shined a massive light on sabermetrics, and they had to get somebody in the clubhouse. How often they actually abide by it, it's really tough to tell because I see what I think are very clear mathematical errors in a lot of games. But then again, I'm not behind closed doors, so I don't necessarily know what those conversations look like. I just know it's changed the way that they scout at a bare minimum, right? We've actually seen pretty sweeping changes in baseball in ways that make traditionalists very upset, like the launch angle, for example. It reframed the way power hitters take an approach. Yeah, basically, like the sabermetrics came back and said, like, look, home runs are worth more to us than other outs. So if your strikeouts go up, but your home runs increase proportionally, we'll take it. We don't care, right? If you're flying out more often than grounding out, we don't care because these extra base hits are just worth so much. Football, it's like, it's really tough to believe that they have somebody in every fucking clubhouse because a lot of these decisions, like, I mean, there are simple Twitter bots that tell you how much EV is, or maybe they don't quantify it necessarily like in how many points, but they basically say like how big of a mistake it is to punt in a spot, how big of a mistake it is to not go for 4th and X.
This is why I'm all in on Palantir.
I mean,
they'll solve this shit for you.
Yeah. Back to the original topic. I think that most coaches are definitely going to be going for 2, especially since it's NFL. The team has to travel 100 yards to score a touchdown. Like, it's
no,
75.
Yeah, sure, but the NFL scoring is way up. I think that this is true like 15 years ago.
Your defense also just got a rest for as long as you've been on the field. So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, all of these things are probably factors, but you're also thinking like a traditional coach, and I don't think any of that matters. I think it actually just comes down to the sheer numbers, right? Like how much EV is there in going for 2 versus how much in kicking? And there are a lot of variables that probably matter team by team, right? So it's like how many points on average is your defense giving up versus this offense by comparison and things of that nature. But even if you just broke it down to raw EV of like 51% of the time you win the game, say 98% of the time you extend overtime and then try to calculate that out. I'm not saying going for 2 isn't the most profitable play. It probably is. I just don't know that it's that obvious. Either way, though, I think that it's the most fascinating. Are we
just restarting it?
Are we restarting the whole pod? Or?
Yeah.
Have to.
No, just pick up. Yeah.
We're live?
on the same feed? I don't think. Oh, hello. That's me.
You're supposed to let that run and then finish your.
We're back.
On the same feed? No way.
We're back.
We're back?
Yeah, we're back.
It's back.
on.
People
We're
are saying
live.
it's back.
Oh, shit.
Oh, we're back.
Let's get it popping.
We're back. Let's get it popping. Fuck.
Fuck.
All right. Man, I didn't know YouTube had these capabilities. Let's go, baby. Modern day era. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so to put a bow on it, the overtime rules have changed now, at least for the playoffs. Josh Allen will not be sitting on the sidelines while Patrick Mahomes ends his season. Honestly, man, that was tragic. I think the Bills go to the Super Bowl if they play the Bengals.
I'm biased.
Wow. He almost said, he was about to say 1,000%. And then was just like, nah, man, I need that Joe Burrow's bet to go through.
This past year I would have agreed with you, but future years,
right,
I could
right.
not agree with you. Yeah. The kid's going to be too good. What can I say?
The
He's
AFC
got DeMar
is...
Chase. They're going to be way too good. The team's going to be fucking...
I think the next 5 years or so, watching AFC football is going to be some of the most entertaining sports that we've seen in a very long time.
It's funny because it used to be the NFC, right?
Kind of, man. I don't know. Like, go back a generation, right? The AFC was Brady, Manning, Roethlisberger, Rivers. Who else was a part of that class? I guess
Manning,
that's.
Eli.
I said Manning. Oh,
Eli.
On
Eli
the other
was
side,
on the
it
other
was
side.
Rodgers, Eli,
Right.
Russell Wilson, I guess.
Matt Ryan,
I guess.
Yeah.
Like those are B tier compared to the AFC side, right? But it was fairly balanced. There was good quarterbacks on both sides of the league, I guess. But now, man, like you're talking Wilson, Burrows.
Everybody's in the AFC.
Everybody's in the AFC. Mahomes, Allen.
Carr.
Yeah. let's not go.
Hey man, shout out to Vegas.
We don't really need to reach here. I mean,
I mean,
there's a lot of young talent.
He's got Devontae.
Lamar.
He got Devontae Adams though.
Yeah, great. Good for him. They'll throw a couple long balls this year. Who gives a shit? No, there's a lot of young talent though, like Burrows, LeVar, Mahomes. What's his face out of San Diego? I can never remember his
Josh
name.
Herbert.
Yeah,
Probably
Herbert,
the best
Allen.
of them all.
Okay,
Dude,
San Diego's going to finish
Mitch
fourth in that
Trubisky
division.
just entered the AFC.
That's right. Mitch goddamn Trubisky.
Mr. Biscuit.
Mr. Biscuit bringing it home with the rifle.
I'm so
There you
glad
go,
you said
Mr.
that because
Biscuit.
somebody asked
What?
how you felt about Mitch Trubisky.
I have to be high on him, but I feel the same way I did when we got Tommy Maddox.
Yeah.
I'm not happy.
Tommy
Who the fuck
Maddox.
is Tommy
Tommy
Maddox?
Gunn, baby! Tommy Gunn. I fucking hated Tommy Maddox. I was such a huge Cordell Stewart fan. Like, I loved Cordell. This guy was so goddamn athletic.
Yeah.
And yeah, he probably wasn't going to be a Hall of Fame quarterback, but like, he was going to find a way. They bring in fucking Tommy Gunn, who looked like a reincarnation of Mike Tomczak. It's like, Jesus, Bubby Brister years all fucking over again. Like, I can't live like this. Then they drafted Ben. What a great 19 years
You
it was.
almost had Watson, but he was acquitted.
That's not funny.
I laughed.
Yeah, that's not funny. Moving on to other topics at play. PokerGo just wrapped up the USPO. Ended up being a wildly competitive series. I'm not one to really care too much about the high roller scene when it comes to MTTs. But this was must-see TV, I think. Coming down the stretch, we saw a lot of repeat final table lists. Helmuth made at least back-to-back final tables. Did he make 3 in a row?
I think he might have, yeah.
I think he may have as well. Seaver made back-to-back.
Like magic.
Ali was in the mix.
It's nice to see Seaver back, by the way.
Yeah, it is. I think he was just mostly playing PLO stuff, though, if I'm not mistaken.
It's just nice to see him. Like, I haven't seen him on TV in a long time.
Yeah, it's true. Big shout out to Shannon Shore. He won the first event. He final tabled the final event, got 3rd, I believe.
That's your brother right there.
But
Nakamura, the breakout Japanese representative coming in.
These are your people.
I love to see it. I was born there. Fun fact.
Were you?
I was.
When did they ship your ass over here?
What do you mean ship?
Well, they put me in a storage container.
Yeah, they put you in a crate.
And they sold me
obviously.
to a white man in the U.S.
Right.
No, my family lived there for. All of us came to the U.S. at the same time. For the first time. My dad was from Australia and my mom was in Japan. My dad lived there for work, so I was born there, and then I moved here when I was like 9 months old. So not very long.
So you can't speak Japanese?
No, my brother still dreams in Japanese though.
Really?
Yeah.
So he has anime dreams.
No, anime is for white people who like Landon. Yeah. Real Japanese people watch other stuff, I assume.
American TV, probably.
You probably, yeah.
Netflix.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, it's nice to see the Japanese. I know, like, culturally, gambling wasn't really as popular before.
So it sounds like they're actually having a pretty big boom over there right now, and I know China is kind of going through the same thing. Do you remember Jackie LaManna, Asian Jackie?
Yeah, he's still at the Win.
Yeah, he still hangs out the Win.
Still at the Win. I see him all the time.
He hit me up not that long ago, and he was just like, I don't know what we can do, but like, you have to do business in China. And I was like, well, yeah, I mean, that sounds great. Bit of a language barrier, though. And he goes, no, it just doesn't matter. He's like, you don't understand. The only thing that they can get, because everything's like banned, is live at the bike. He goes, you and G-Man are gods over there.
Wow. Really?
I was just like, oh, man, these poor sons of bitches, they missed the whole era of poker, of like, you know, the true superstars.
Honestly, though,
Let's
like,
capitalize on that.
poker is, like, there's two things. One, in Taiwan, like, Andy is huge.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he has his own, like, he almost basically has an entire poker room for him.
Yeah.
Right? And then secondly...
Kitty, too.
Yeah, and Kitty, too. Yeah. So, and then secondly, returning back to the Japan topic, like, I played this summer with a bunch of Japanese kids in Bellagio every day. They were not bad poker players either. But more importantly, the conversations that I was having with them, and they said, it's just a poker boom right now. Like, it's just a lot of people playing poker, very interested. They have like, Melissa, you mentioned just a bunch of like Japanese poker vloggers.
Yeah.
And then like, I did a quick search today prior to the pod, and it's true. There's a lot of there's a lot of discussions regarding like the Japanese poker boom, and it's nice to see like it translate to the high roller scene.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it.
We had a person
before. It was hard to find like a lot of big name Japanese poker players. See a lot of like other Asian countries, but just not much from Japan. I mean, it's a smaller country.
Yeah.
I think that culturally it just wasn't as accepted.
Also, they're like the guys at the USPO, like they're entertaining to watch. They're not robotic.
I loved watching Nakamura and Negreanu fucking like they were like trolling each other over their hands and stuff. Like, oh, I have a 9 high straight. He had like 9 high.
Yeah.
We have a guy hit us up for he was Korean and he wanted to take our YouTube like Poker Out Loud and stuff on YouTube and translate. He was asking for permission, which we gave him, so he could just translate into Korean because there's obviously a market over there for it.
Yeah, I think that I was listening to Mr. Beast podcast on Joe Rogan, and he said that that's like the biggest growth that his company is seeing right now is they're taking his current Mr. Beast channel. So he already has like 10 channels as is, but one by one he's taking those current 10 channels and he's translating them into a bunch of other massive markets like Portuguese for Brazil, Chinese. Well, maybe not Chinese actually, because I think YouTube's banned over there. But like, yeah, just Spanish. He said, I think he said Spanish and Portugal were the 2 largest growing for him. But it's just a big business for him to now repurpose all of this. And they're doing it in a really cool way. He's hiring Hollywood actors to voice over. So like the Mexican actor, I believe, or sorry, the Spanish actor that he chose was the voice of Batman, maybe? I can't recall. I don't remember the story exactly. But basically, the people watching recognize him. And they're like, is Mr. Beast Batman? So yeah, it's weird. As content like flourishes, there's just a lot of other opportunities to go more global because obviously like the world's just shrinking in accordance to like exposure and stuff like that. I think a really cool storyline that was happening as we entered this final event, not again.
Happened.
We're back. All right. One of the really cool storylines that was happening this USPO as we entered the final event was a huge race for the player of the series, and Nakamoto was coming in. I think he was leading, right?
No, it was really tight.
It was tight between him and Shawn Winters, and basically Oya got heads up versus Shawn Winters. Adam Hendricks tweeted, he said, "This is an insane storyline. Taemin and Oya are good friends from Japan who came together to play USPO. If Taemin wins this heads up versus Winters, his buddy can beat Winter. Taemin wins the USPO championship if his buddy can beat Winters heads up, else the title goes to Winters."
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, so it's like really dope. It's like, not only do they have this kind of camaraderie traveling all this way, but there's like the honor that comes into like potentially winning your friend.
Yeah.
The biggest award at play.
And his friend had only been playing 6 months, right?
Yeah, wild. I can't imagine like. I don't even know how that looks. Like, I would love to get the backstory.
All I know is this is a little bit suspect. Everyone's been playing 6 months. Wes from Hustler's been playing 2 months. This other guy's playing 6 months. Y'all shady, bro.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, Wes is like super rich and also very well connected. He was telling me that he speaks with, oh man, I can't recall who it was now.
Yeah, easily.
He won the $1 million Triton event.
I don't know which one.
It was the one that they ran in Korea, I believe.
Saying like these guys all of a sudden playing like 2 months and they're kind of not that bad.
No, of course. Well, obviously, like it's so much easier to get good now. But yeah, it's like I would love to hear the backstory of how you've only been playing a game for 6 months and suddenly are just like playing a $50,000 buy-in
in another country.
Bitcoin's up to 40.
Last name was Zhang.
What's up?
Zhang was his last name.
Oh yeah. God, I've played with him
Zhang.
so many. Aaron Zhang. Yeah. I was gonna say I've played with him so many times. He used to come over and play in Ivy's room with us a bunch. Very good, obviously. Mostly considered a businessman because he's in the crypto space, but isn't a slouch at poker by any stretch. So like Wesley has access to him. He's obviously learning.
Yeah, I mean, obviously. But I'm just saying, it's a pretty interesting little.
Hey man, when you're rich and there's a lot of tech out there that can get you good fast, you figure it out.
And also, it just doesn't. You're good. It doesn't matter if you lose.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. So ultimately, that storyline did fall in favor of Shawn Winters, and this is kind of a cool storyline for him as well. Brent Hanks tweeted out Shawn Winters' results in the USPO, I believe in 2019 and 20. He got second. Sorry, 19 and 21. I forgot about the COVID year. He got second, and now 2022, he gets first. So really huge accomplishment for Shawn Winters. He won. In order to do this, he had to win the last 2 events, which is a big deal. Same thing that we saw, why is his name slipping my mind? Adamo do the last series during the WSOP. I can't recall which. PokerGo has so many high roller series now. I can't keep them all straight. I think it was no.
US
this
Poker
was
Open?
What's up?
US Poker Open?
No, that's what this one was.
High Roller Bowl?
Yeah, it might have been the High Roller Bowl. I don't know. Anyway, they all have a bunch of different names and a bunch of different awards. But shout out to Shawn Winters pulling it off. He also pulled off probably one of the sickest bluffs that we saw this series. So it's nice to see him financially rewarded for something else. I think Andre has a clip of that bluff that we may be showing now, if that's possible. Give you guys a little setup for this hand. Actually, we'll just run it.
$500K in earnings over the first couple months, but he would agree
for
this
him,
is terrible.
Probably not good enough. Probably down money. I have to imagine he's hoping.
750.
Yeah, he's hoping to play for stacks. He's going to try and induce Shawn Winter here. Oh my. Here we go.
And Winter, 5-bet in a second. The winner is not a Landon. I'm sure of it. Just calls. And we have a massive pot. Comes Jack 7 deuce, a safe one for the Queens of Ali Amshurovich, and not one that thrills Shawn Winter.
Wow.
Reaching for chips. Firing very small. 250,000. Ali just calls. The turn is the King of Hearts. And it's Winter firing again and again going very small, betting 450,000.
3.2 million now in the middle. For Ali, there's really nothing you can do. You just call again. Hope you didn't get unlucky by the turn.
River's a 6, a no good pair for Winter.
A little huff and puff now for Winter. Is he going to empty the clip?
Does Winter go fire, fire, fire? He does! He shoves!
Wow!
And he gets the fold!
Shawn Winter! My goodness, what a bluff!
Absolutely remarkable.
Oh my!
Woo! Shawn Winter putting on a show.
I don't know, man. That hand is very, very, very creative. I'm not sure that I would have had the insight that Shawn did to run a triple barrel there. It's a very interesting spot. So three-handed, Jake, Shawn, and Ali. Jake was the shortest stack. Ali and Shawn were both about 50 blinds effective. Jake opens button. Shawn 3-bet small blind. Ali cold fours. Queens from the big. All relatively small sizings. I think that they only put in like 10 blinds, maybe a little bit more, maybe like 13 or 14 blinds pre. But it was a lot of clicking going on. So I think it went open to 100K. Wait, they had 3 million and were 50 blinds effective. So blinds were 30-60. So open to 120. I think the 3-bet was to like 4 and then or 450, something like that. Ali clicks it to like 720. Shawn calls and then just takes the lead on a jack high board, bet small. turns a king, bet small again, setting up like 0.75 SPR on the river. River is a 6, and he runs it through with a shove. Pretty interesting, pretty unique spot. You're not going to see too many scenarios that come by where you're playing 3-handed. It's a 4-bet pot, and the
He 5-bet ace-6 cards. 5-bet.
No, he couldn't have.
He did.
Did he?
He 5-bet, bet, shoved.
I don't.
Yeah.
Ali quickly called a 720.
5-bet,
Oh,
bet,
he
bet,
made
shoved.
it 720. No.
He
Yeah,
5-bet.
100%.
I'm almost.
Ali quickly called it.
It was a 5-bet, bet, shove.
Let's look. They're playing 30-60 stakes, right? Is that accurate?
5-bet to 2.
Yeah, there's no way that it was 5-bet to 12 blinds.
Oh,
It says 5-bet to 2.9.
I'm very positive he 5-bet.
Oh, to 2.9.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
we
okay.
have a massive
That was like a
pot.
5 million pot.
Yeah, that
Jack
changes
7
things.
deuce, a safe one for the Queens of
Pretty
Ali
wild.
Ansurovich, and not one that thrills Shawn Winter.
Chad is saying
telling
5-bet.
I'm
Chat
telling you,
knows.
I've seen this
Okay,
hand
How
more
does he
than once.
5-bet
I'm
to
sure he
2.9?
Very
The
small.
graphics must be wrong,
Comes
right?
Jack. The winner is not a Lin, and Ansurovich just calls, and we have a massive pot.
This is
Comes Jack
I'm
7
certain.
deuce,
I've
a
seen
safe
this
The
hand
graphics are
multiple
wrong.
times. He
Same
5-bet
graphic
ace-6
error.
of hearts,
Thrills Shawn
and then
Winter.
bet shoved.
yeah.
Like small,
He's
small.
hoping,
Now they're saying the graphics were wrong.
yeah, he's
Poker
hoping
Odyssey
to
said
play
it.
for stacks.
Wrong
He's going to
graphic.
try and induce
Thanks, Caleb.
Shawn Winter here.
Yeah, I'm watching the spot right now. Yeah, you guys are right. He definitely 5-bet.
Oh my.
But we don't know to what size,
Yeah,
basically.
it said 720.
Yeah.
Go.
No, well, Ollie made it 720, and then we don't know what size Sean chose.
5-bet.
Probably just like.
We also
yeah,
don't know
yeah.
what size the pot was.
The winner is not a Lin, and
But
Ansurovich
yeah, I mean, that makes
just
it
calls.
a lot more interesting of a spot because Ollie's obviously just in bluff catching mode. You're not going to get into too many 5-bet situations
Yeah.
in a 3-way spot. And also ICM is like pretty critical here because I think Jake was relatively short. He had Yeah, he had like, well, he wasn't that much shorter though. Ali and Sean both started with around 3 million. Jake had like 2.2. So ICM might not be a tremendously huge factor here, but obviously not a real good run out for Ali's queens either whenever facing a 5-bet. Like you're just against kings,
He
ace
looks
king.
so
a lot.
strong too. Like,
Yeah.
You never think he has ace-6.
Right. You have to have a bottom. You got to have a bottom of that 5-bet range. It's got to be there
I
somewhere.
wouldn't have the balls, so I respect it.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. He probably calls with ace-5 suited. Ace-6 becomes
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like ace-5 might be a little bit too valuable in that spot, so ace-6 becomes the hand.
Yeah, it's just
And
crazy.
It's red.
It's fascinating to just see like how much small sizings are really impacting the game now, right? We're playing a 5-bet pot, only 50 blinds effective, and it ends up being 3 streets of bets. That's
Right.
tough to do, man.
Yeah.
It went small to jam.
Yeah, like you arrive at flop with like
Really?
sub 2 SPR, and we get a bet jam line
Bet
out of
jam
it. So like,
fold.
these are definitely heavily studied individuals in very nuanced areas, right? Like we're just not looking at these spots in cash really all that often because you're not that
It's never going to happen.
you're not that focused on manipulating SPR to that degree, right?
You are, but not in that way. Like the beauty of tournaments, I'm not a huge tournament fanatic like other people, but the beauty is that every spot is so unique, right? Shawn Winter, Ali, they're not going to see that spot again, like probably
Yeah.
ever, in that exact dynamic where it's like they both have around 50 bigs with Jake in that exact spot, 3-handed with those exact hands ever again, right? So and then when they play another tournament, it'll be a new spot. And a lot of the talent of MTTs is being able to understand what to do in all these unique situations that are very unlikely to happen
Right.
again. And it's incredible what Shawn Winter has done this series. Like, congrats to him. Like, he's been around fucking ever, man. Noel's 7. I remember Noel's 7 forever now. It's like 10 years of the same people.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I didn't start playing with him until it must have been like 2015 or so. We played together in Florida. And then I didn't play with him again until like 2018. We played a Poker After Dark together. And he was talking to me and he was like, yeah, I've been playing since I was 12. I'm like, shut up. No, you haven't. He goes, no, legit. I was playing since I was 12. And he would like tell me the story of how like he and his dad would play. I can't remember if his dad was like playing online at the time or whatever. But it's like how crazy
he was playing
to get into this game in like any serious capacity, even if it's just for like tiny stakes at the age of 12. But then I think back and it's like, I don't know, LeMan and I started playing penny stakes somewhere between like 12 and 15.
Yeah. We used to like play at the pool.
Yeah.
At the Leechburg pool.
We played weird games though. We played like
it was like
no, not even like
not even
poker games. We played Egyptian
on.
Rat Screw. I don't even know if that's the real
played
name.
what?
That's just like what we called it.
You played what?
That sounds racist.
It does sound
It's
racist.
not.
It was just the name of a game, man. I don't know. Like
We
maybe
play it for money.
You
though.
can't just let that
was
slide
just
off the
for
tongue.
fun.
no, we played for pops. We played everything for pop.
Yeah.
We used to gamble on volleyball matches. We had a small volleyball court at our pool. We played 2-on-2. LeMan was my partner.
Yeah.
And we would gamble for like Pepsis.
Why are you looking at me when
So
you're talking about
that
basketball?
that is the argument
Volleyball.
that sort of, is the argument behind Chin's statement that Pittsburgh is the Midwest, because you just said pop.
Yeah, I was going there. That was my first one.
I'm sorry. We popularized pop. Everybody else.
That is
we
a
don't even know what
Midwestern
pop is.
thing.
Yeah. Soda
It's
pop.
called soda.
Soda.
Soda pop.
It's very easy. Soda.
Yeah, it is soda.
You're actually going to lose this argument. It's like 51% of the country chooses pop.
And you're 51% of you are wrong.
Is that true? Is that a true fact?
If New York calls
Can
it
we-
soda,
can we,
I think
uh,
it's
called
I think
soda.
it's
Get a source?
mostly. I think it's. I have a high confidence that it's true.
I don't think so.
I have high confidence that the
51% of the
Michelle's
country
from New
says
York.
pop.
Yeah, she knows.
I have less confidence that it's 51%, but I have high confidence that the simple majority of people in the states call it pop.
I bet you if we go to like
Because
Walgreens
there's
right
like there's a subfraction that call it Coke. Call everything Coke.
I was gonna say that.
All
Yeah,
right.
in the
If
South,
we,
they
if
call
we, if we
everything
go
I
to
think that you're
Walgreens or
talking about
CVS
nursing
or,
homes.
All right, if we go anywhere right now, right, a Whole Foods, Walgreens, whatever, and we look at the signs at the top that direct
says
you where to
pop.
go, is it going to say pop or soda?
Soda.
No, it says
Depends
pop.
where you're at.
Right here in Vegas.
In Vegas, it'll say soda.
Wait, hold on.
Okay,
You're trying to
where
say in
won't
Pittsburgh
it
it
say
says
soda?
pop?
Yeah.
Bro,
I need a
don't-
picture. Somebody in Pittsburgh,
Yeah,
please
I
send me.
don't see that
you
saying
have
pop
evidence.
anywhere.
You
Next
gotta,
time my
seen
parents
that.
are at Giant Eagle, I'll have them take a picture of it.
yeah,
for
the
you.
pop aisle.
John what?
A
Giant
pop
Eagle?
aisle?
Oh, Giant Eagle.
Yeah. that's
John
what I mean.
Eagle.
That's the
All right.
John Eagle.
John Eagle. John Eagle.
Listen,
John
yins
Eagle.
don't know.
John Eagle.
Oh, here it is. The pop versus soda. Look at all that yellow.
Wow.
Yeah, and look where it is.
Yeah, that's the real
That's
part.
the Midwest.
That's the majority of the
No,
the
that's the
country.
majority of the land.
Yeah.
Majority of the
It's the majority of the
population-
land.
That's
Wait,
the cornfields.
Yeah.
Wait,
Nobody-
what's the
nobody
light
lives
The
blue?
there.
argument is
We're
that
like
Pittsburgh
purple.
is Midwestern, and this is
The
pretty-
purple-
Yo, you are from the Midwest.
The purple is
Right?
That's
Coke.
a fact.
The purple is everything that's called Coke,
Yeah.
No, because they only use Dr. Pepper in Texas.
and they call it Coke.
They do?
Yeah.
All right, so you from the Midwest.
Look, more people call it Coke than soda.
Yeah, but it's not about
We
who
got the
says
big-
more. It's
we got
that
the
you're
big
from the
cities. What are you
Midwest.
talking about? We got
Chicago.
LA and New York. That's half the
We got
country.
Chicago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
look at
enough.
the bottom
Detroit,
right. It says there's. It's
Pittsburgh,
actually pretty even distribution
Cleveland.
on the bottom right.
I can't see
Kansas
that from here.
City.
I mean,
Denver.
Bro, all that yellow is straight cornfields, man. Like, what are you talking about?
I can't believe how many people call it Coke. That's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, that's great
That's
for Coke.
good marketing.
Coke is,
Yeah.
Coke is crushing. Coke is
Good
like
marketing.
Google.
Also, if you look at Pennsylvania, it's only Erie and Pittsburgh that
Yeah,
call it
because
pop.
you guys are
The rest of
Midwestern.
the rest of the state call it
the
soda.
western part of PA.
Yes, Midwest.
That's shady.
So
Pittsburgh,
Philadelphia's
Ohio.
Midwest.
No, we
No.
call
Yeah,
it
We're in
soda.
the same state.
Caleb just said
You guys are
from the ass crack.
divided.
No,
It's
no.
the soda and
I
pop
don't
care what
line
Caleb
What?
said.
in Pennsylvania.
No. You're saying there's states that part of the states the South and part of the states
Yeah,
not
look
the
at
South.
the
What would
map.
that be?
The soda and pop line is the divider between the Midwest and the
That's the
Northeast.
Mississippi River.
It's like the Mason-Dixon line, only
Soda
for
pop
dialect.
line.
Yeah.
Look, we have our own vernacular back where I'm from. We actually have an entire dialect that's been studied. There's a fascinating.
Pittsburghese.
Yeah, it's called Pittsburghese. There's like a fascinating 90-minute lecture that was done at Carnegie Mellon where
Sounds
this linguist
riveting.
breaks down the entire origin of Pittsburghese dialect. We literally make stuff up. Like, what would you call a thorn bush?
A thorn bush.
Thorn bush.
You have no other name for a thorn bush?
No.
No,
No,
something
I don't
that's-
say that phrase ever.
Okay,
called
what
it-
would you
I
call a
don't-
rose bush?
A thorn.
A rose bush.
Yeah.
No, I would say thorn.
A thorn?
okay.
You just call it a single word.
It's generally referred to as a thorn bush, but we call it a Jagger bush.
What?
Yeah, Jagger bush.
That's because you guys are always playing in bushes.
but
Also-
we don't play in thorns.
Also,
that's like a Midwestern
stay away
thing.
from
We also just got a word added to the Webster Dictionary.
Yes.
Have you ever heard of the word jagoff?
That sounds crazy.
Jagoff?
Yeah.
Is it a nice
That's
way
a
of
race.
calling somebody
That has to
jagoff?
be.
It is a nice way of calling somebody a
guys are
jagoff,
You
and
guys
it's
are
now
so
used.
fucked in Pittsburgh.
It's now used across the nation.
Yeah.
You guys
I
are
actually
so
saw it
fucked.
on like a sitcom not that long ago, where some random guy just called him a jagoff.
You
Yeah.
lost me at 90-minute fascinating lecture on
Fascinating.
Pittsburgh speak.
That was so long
What
ago.
when you
lost me
go
there.
shopping, and you put things, what would you call that thing you put it in?
shopping cart.
Okay, we call it a buggy.
What the
No.
What the fuck?
You know,
You are the
I
Midwest.
never
You
really
are
heard
the
of a
Midwest,
buggy. I know
sure.
that that's a thing, but I don't think.
I didn't know what a
buggy?
shopping cart was until I was old. When you spill something on your carpet
You
and
have
you
more?
need to pick it up, what do you use?
Vacuum.
We use a sweeper.
Sweeper.
That's
Yeah.
not a sweeper.
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
a sweeper.
it's incorrect.
Yeah.
It sweeps things up.
See, here's
That's
the
a
thing.
broom.
No, you use a sweeper when you want to red up
That's a
the house.
broom.
Yeah, when you're redding up your room,
yeah.
you use a sweeper.
Broom.
When you're redding up your
Yeah, you got to
room?
red
Yeah.
up the room. So
You gotta red up your
Readying
room.
up your room.
Red up the room.
You got to red up your room.
Yeah, you got a
Red
bunch of gum
up
bands
your
laying all over
room.
the ground.
What?
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a whole segment on Pittsburghese. You guys don't even know. You're about to learn something today,
Wait,
boy.
do you say hoagie or do you say something?
Hoagie.
other-
We say hoagie.
We
Yeah.
say ho- we
Okay.
say hoagie.
Okay, so we can find common ground there.
Okay, fine. We finally brought
We
Melissa
say-
into the fold.
We say out.
The what?
That's not a word.
What?
That's not. That's
No,
not.
it's
was not
like, it's
English.
like, are you going out? Or are you going out? It's different. If you're just going out, then you're going out. But if you're going out, you're going out.
And by out, he means AHT.
Yeah, out.
You're going out.
You know what? When I go out, I
You're
go
just
downtown.
making sounds. You're just making sounds. It's not English.
Do you say?
He's not coming back.
That's how we talk.
Do you say use?
No.
What is that used?
We don't say. Well, yeah.
Yeah, you do.
use,
What are you doing?
Yeah, but
Oh,
Use
no,
don't.
no,
that, yeah,
no.
that's like
No.
the Italian guys
Yeah.
say that stuff.
No.
What do you
Philly,
use?
New
No,
York
it's not-
say
you
use.
say
that.
What?
Use.
What do you
People
do?
in Jersey,
Like
they
you
say,
use.
You know what they say in Philly a lot? Jaunt.
We
What
don't
does
do
that mean?
I don't know what
Just
that is.
anything.
That's
Yeah,
shady.
do that
Like
shit.
that
Man,
jaunt.
I'm so
Yeah,
happy
nah.
to be from.
This jaunt.
Wait, what do you call the topping you put on ice cream?
I say sprinkles. Everyone else says
Sprinkles.
Jimmy's.
100%
Wait,
It's sprinkles.
What?
Jimmy's.
There's literally
Philly says Jimmy's.
Jesus.
I
Yeah.
say
Jimmy's,
sprinkles.
that's shady.
I don't say.
You're gonna talk some shit on us for calling a vacuum a
I'm not
sweeper,
putting a little
but you're gonna
Jimmy
call
man.
sprinkles
Listen.
a Jimmy.
That sounds like some
Jimmy's was
pedophilia
the
shit.
fucking mafia boss that was like literally extorting all the ice cream shops. Like,
Yeah.
you gonna call
Yeah.
it Jimmy's now.
Yeah.
You don't put Jimmy's on your.
You gonna throw Jimmy's on it.
No, that's 100% true. For sure. That's definitely what that came
I
from.
mean, Philly has its own, like Wooder Ice and Down the Shore and
Everyone has down the shore.
Hoagie.
Except Philly. Except
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Because there is
It's
no shore
landlocked.
because they're in the middle of the country.
we also wouldn't call it a shore. We call it the beach.
Down the
Yeah.
shore.
Turn Berkey's.
Oh man, I love these trips down memory lane of Yinsburg. Moving on. Moving on to the
It's just like old guy speak.
why is it
For real.
why is it ever correlated to age?
It's just
It's
straight up
literally
insult.
just old guy. Old
Yeah.
guy. Get that sweeper, little boy.
Going out? Going out tonight?
Going out.
You going out.
You guys,
Out.
Yins guys just have not been exposed
Yins
enough
guys.
to
Yins
to-
guys?
Yeah,
Did you just
Yins
call it
guys.
Yins guys?
Yinzers. Yeah, when you wear a shirt that says Yinzer.
What is a Yinzer?
Yeah, what is a Yinzer?
You're looking at two of them right
Yeah,
here.
I know, but what is
A
it?
person who says Yins instead of you.
No,
for
it's
plural.
a person
Oh
from
my
Pittsburgh.
god.
Yeah, it's a person
Person
from
from
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
We speak
Yeah, but
Pittsburghese.
what does it mean?
It means you, plural.
It's youer,
It means
basically?
you, plural.
Yins.
Like you all.
Like y'all.
So you're a yaller.
No, I'm a
Yins.
Yinzer.
Right. You know how in the
Someone
South
from
they
the
say
South is a
y'all?
yaller.
Yeah.
In Pittsburgh we say Yins.
Why?
You say
What do
Yins
Yins do?
going
No,
out?
what do y'all
Why do
doing?
you,
What do Yins
why do
doing?
you say use? Because
I don't
everybody's
say
developed a
use.
plural for you.
You don't specifically, but in that
Some people
general
do.
region,
In that region, they do.
That's
That's the
used.
dialect.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Wow, America. I'm so happy my parents moved.
I know.
Baltimore has a lot of comparable dialect to us. Like it spilled down into the Baltimore, West Virginia region.
I would say
Interesting.
more West
Just
Virginia, not
skipped.
Baltimore.
It skipped a
No.
bunch of states.
Baltimore. The Baltimore accent is very, very close to Pittsburgh.
It's hard to understand.
They exaggerate their O's more than us, which we do already. But theirs is like particularly bad.
Yeah, I mean it's Baltimore. They're just the worst version of Pittsburgh.
100%. In all assets.
Y'all gonna get smacked.
See, the chat knows what Johns are.
Good thing Will Smith is from Philly and not Baltimore.
Okay.
No, not this one again. This is the one we told him to turn off.
Yeah, it wasn't funny.
It wasn't funny. And it was really loud.
Earn.
Earn and earn. Hold on, earn. Aaron, earn and iron, earn. Damn, what the fuck? We really talk like that?
Aaron earned an iron.
Earn. Let me see it. Earn, the iron. What? Earn, the iron. No, Aaron earned an iron, earn. Earn.
No, dummy. Earn, and iron.
Yo, what's
Earn.
Dummy, it's not that, dummy. It's Aaron.
It's earn, and iron, dummy.
Aaron earned and iron earn.
Earn, and iron,
and iron earn.
Fuck it. Iron, bro.
Right.
For the record, that wasn't funny.
Yeah.
None
of us approved. None of us
just not
approved
fun.
that. When we heard it pre-show one time, we told him to turn it off. So apologies.
Why do you guys hate that so much?
You have a terrible sense of
It's
humor.
just like not funny.
Because it's incoherent.
It's just,
Like, it needs to have the actual title of the video the entire way through or have subtitles in some capacity. Like, it's just somebody going, earn.
People text me literally.
it's just like a
My
bunch of
phone
sounds.
is blowing up. I'm like, it's fucking soda.
Yeah.
Tell them it's soda.
It is soda. It is
That's
soda.
not, that ain't what the map says, man.
It's definitely so. It's not
Bunch
a
of
question.
goddamn
It's
jagoffs.
It's not a
Soda.
No,
It's
not a
not an
question.
argument.
Whatever,
Look at the
man.
places where it says soda.
I know.
It's only flyover states.
I can't use that argument, Burke. We'll look at the map because
Flyover states.
it's like
crazy.
like when like the Republicans will win like the national election, but like look at it, it's all red, but it's just like and there's only blue in like the giant cities. Like,
Yeah.
well, that's where the people are. You can't look at that map and say, well, obviously the whole country.
Yeah, right. The population.
I'm not making an
says
argument
soda.
that the whole country does anything. I'm making an argument that there are slightly greater people or amount of
But if
people
you
that
did
say
percentage
It isn't
wise,
though. It's
if you did-
slightly
if you did
greater portion of
population-wise-
land. that
Population
says-
wise, looks
It
like
would-
soda's winning.
Yeah.
It looks like
yeah,
it. At least.
it looks. I don't know what it.
But it
exactly
is a
what
good
breaks down is.
delineation of the soda pop line of Pennsylvania because you guys are not part of us.
trust me, we don't want to be part of
we're
you.
Okay with that.
The
We're
East.
completely fine with
That's
that.
not part
fine.
of
You
the
guys
East,
can just
right?
yell in people's faces and we'll have Will Smith out there smacking people if they're talking shit.
All right, let's get to some high stakes poker.
Yeah.
Poker Go is running another season. I believe yesterday was episode 6. The lineup is G-Man, Shawn Lu, Doyle, Tilly, Krish,
And the slots guy.
and the slots guy.
And Patrick Antonius.
And Antonius. Yeah,
German
the slots guy's
slots
name
guy.
is Kim. I can't recall his last name. Couple interesting hands that I want to look at. Doyle is, we'll say Doyle is in the mix, bro.
Doyle is back.
Do you know how tight he was? Like, if we watch the past seasons of high stakes poker, he was far and away the biggest nit to ever be on TV.
He just wants to see some flops. Like, can you blame him?
I got to tell you, once you hit a certain age, like the amount of fucks you have left to give are exhausted. It's clear.
Oh, yeah.
He's out here cold calling in these streets.
Yep.
The previous episodes, I watched him cold call twice and flop trips both times. Now he goes call pre. So the way this hand worked out is Shawn opens ace queen, I think from the button. Doyle calls jack deuce suited from the small, standard really. Tilly squeezes with ace king. Comes back to Shawn, she calls. And Doyle, again, just in the mix, gets right in there and calls.
Bro, there's no rake and it's a big blind ante.
All right. Hey, suited hand.
What's up?
Suited hand. What's up? We deep. Let's go.
It's better than 10 deuce also.
It is.
Oh, he's upgraded.
It does
one.
outkick.
Wow.
He's upgraded one.
You guys didn't realize.
I think the issue is that Shawn should play jack deuce versus Doyle, but Doyle shouldn't play jack deuce versus Shawn.
Yeah.
So the 10 deuce not in range unless there's a bounty. In which case, honestly, in his honor, they should have been
They
playing
should
the
have
10
done,
deuce.
yeah,
game.
the 10 deuce game.
They
That would've
100%
been great.
should have been playing the
How
10.
did they not do
I am appalled at that lineup for not playing the 10 deuce game in Doyle's honor.
Dwan did play a hand with 10 deuce and showed Doyle.
I do remember
I don't think
that.
Doyle registered it, though. He was just like, yeah, whatever.
He was like, fuck that garbage hand. What are you showing it to me
I don't
for?
care.
I don't care. I don't have long to live. Let's speed this up.
Come on. I want to see some flops.
It is like, first of all, I don't think we talked about this before, but it is nice to see Doyle play high stakes poker.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's just nice to still see him play.
I still think he knows something that we don't from all those years of pattern recognition of live poker. I just see him overcall some weird hands and just flop trips twice.
This is the oracle in you. This is the oracle in you trying to find one of your own. Say like, oh, I think he can see the future the way that I can.
The oracle in me recognizes the oracle in him.
I wish Doyle
his light shines
wrote
bright.
one last book just saying
all the secrets, a
tell-all.
Maybe it's in the works.
No, but I think he is. Remember, he was putting out that series of tweets like during the pandemic where he was telling backstories.
Have a Netflix series or something coming?
I don't know if it was filmed or if it was written. I thought it was going to be another book, but maybe it is going to be a doc.
Wow, I think it's a doc.
But I think he's doing something in the works to like tell all those old stories of gambling. Like this man has seen some crimes.
Yeah, something about people getting shot.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like I think probably everything where the statue is exhausted, he's willing to talk about at this point.
They ain't gonna lock him up now.
Yeah, what are they gonna do now?
Imagine like
What's the
FBI goes knock knock though. You coming with us?
They'll just be like, "Fuck you guys," and I'm gonna take it now.
I just imagine he like sits down and the interviewer is like, "All right, Doyle, so where would you like to start?" And he just looks him dead in the eye and goes, "I killed a man once."
I killed a man once.
But yeah, I look forward to that if it does come out. Like I think that the game has changed so much that we can't even really fathom the shit that he's seen.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to know.
It's real like old Wild West stuff.
I want to know the shit that he's been saying. He's like, it was either cheat or get cheated. Like, tell us what you did, Doyle.
Yeah.
Tell us how you did it. We want to know. We don't judge you anymore. We know.
Yeah. Once you crack a certain threshold, it's like you're free. You get free passes. You know, it's a different time then. Like let's
marking with gunpowder. What were they doing?
All types of shit, I'm sure.
But no, back to the
cards
show.
on fire.
Like, it's really nice to see him, and like, of course, he was super spicy.
I like seeing Splashy Doyle. I'm obviously poking fun, but I think that this is good for TV poker. Like I enjoy seeing him splash around. I enjoy seeing him like put a hurt on Garrett, where you know Garrett just has it. He has jacks, and Doyle's like, "Fuck you! I have ace 4. I'll put in as many bets free as you want." I have a 4. He's like, "What?"
Garrett's like,
"Not aces, not aces. Really? You have a 4? Okay." Tip of the cap. You're the Godfather.
I got trips.
So in this hand, he does flop top and bottom on the Jack 10 deuce board. It checks to Jennifer. She puts out a c-bet with ace king. Probably fine. Obviously, she has a lot of equity, but in a 3-way pot, I think I'd be a little inclined to check in her spot. Shawn has an obvious call with 2 overs and a gutter, and Doyle has a very obvious raise with top and bottom. He blocks his top set of jacks, so really all he's concerned about is Jen having maybe 10s, or possibly Shawn slow playing 10s. Puts in a check raise to 24K till he folds. Shawn's getting laid a really good price after a 7K bet and her call, so she clearly peels with her gut shot. Turn then counterfeits Doyle. I wish I would have been more prepared to actually get a clip of this, because if you would have saw his reaction to that 10, I don't know if Shawn.
No. He looked. Yeah.
I don't know if Shawn picked up on it in real time or not. But if you had seen his reaction on that 10, every part of you would have just been like, "I'm all in on every fucking river."
He looked at the dealer and basically said, "Fuck you."
Gabe Kaplan's commentary was, and Doyle looks at the dealer and goes, "Come on, Mohawk, why you got to do that to me?"
He literally just goes, "Motherfucker."
His whole body just like goes limp. Like, are you kidding? I'm out here with the Jack Deuce and you got to do me like that?
Yeah. The dream flop for Jack Deuce if you're going to play it.
Complete dream flop. So turn obviously goes check, check. We landed a river, which is a stone brick. Now, Shawn's in a weird spot because this isn't really a situation where I think Ace Queen wants to do a lot of bluffing.
She could be winning.
Yeah, she could just be winning versus King Queen. And Doyle really shouldn't have a lot of folds. Like, he should just have, like, Jack 10 suited for full house.
Yeah.
Or, like, pocket jacks or pocket deuces that he's, like, weirdly slow playing, whatever. Basically, like, she shouldn't expect a lot of folds here. But I think I'm telling you, I think she saw what I saw on the turn. Like that card ripped off, and he just went limp. Like fuck you, man.
So she put him on the jack. She put her on the.
I don't know what she put him on, but she was just like, I gotta win this pot. Like I'm not gonna trust that he has 8-9 and king queen. It doesn't bluff me.
Jack deuce is like the only hand that you'd have that reaction with.
It's true. It really is true. But nevertheless, she fires out a 50K brick, which in this particular instance, like the cash on the table was whatever. It wasn't that big a deal. But like watching her tiny little hands grab this big fat 50K brick and just smack it down in the middle, it was nice. It was a little nice
Especially
added
against
touch.
Doyle.
You think production's like, oh, like if you're gonna bet big, use the brick kind of thing?
Seems like it.
Maybe
everyone, but maybe they just like to use
the
it.
bricks came out a
They
couple
just wanna
times.
do
The
it,
bricks
though.
have come out a couple times.
Well, in her
Until
spot,
you
it's really
use
hard
it-
to bet anything else. She just has yellow chips otherwise. So if she wants to make a 50K bet, this
Could
is
be a
certainly
hand model. That's a great hand.
No ring on that.
Oh yeah.
So she does bet
that's a right
50,000 on the end, and Doyle doesn't take.
I know.
Actually, he has a small funeral for his hand. He definitely has a small funeral for his hand before finally winging it in. Really nice pot for Shawn. Very
She's
unfortunate
gotten some
spot.
nice bluffs through in this, huh?
She has, yeah. She got Patrick
I
on.
wonder if there's a little image play going on there.
I mean, you weren't here for the pod.
No, I wasn't.
So, you didn't get to hear the conversation that we had about this. Perhaps you could have even asked these questions.
I could have.
Had you not been snoozing and dreaming.
I was dreaming about, takes precedence.
little scandalous.
Maybe we'll have her on in person. I can ask her.
Yeah, that's true. She did actually talk about that. She said that like she was playing heavily to her image and the fact that people thought she was a little bit scared money. But once
Like first time on and
she's afraid though, like once the footage comes out, it's gonna be clear that she's in the mix. And I think that's a pretty fair observation. Tough hand for Doyle there, but not the worst one that he suffered in the session.
Mm-hmm. Definitely not.
The second story that we have to look at is my man Krish. This guy went on some kind of heater.
Yes.
He got buried the last episode. I think he was down to 40K.
he had the king queen suited 5-bet
versus
bet fold on
very
the flop.
untimely, ran smack into the kings.
Right, and then he had the 10-9 suited bluff all in versus Tilly.
Got stacked or left with crumbs after that one, I think. But had like some remaining amount of his second buy-in, I think.
He was just ready to go.
Was it 4K?
40.
Oh, 40, okay. Yeah.
Still not that much.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, what were they playing? 5-1?
I think 2.
No, 2-4.
Oh, only
2-4?
2-4? Oh, fuck, he still has 100 blinds.
Yeah, but there was straddles on.
No, yeah, it
An
was
ante.
firing. Yeah. He starts the spin, though, and gets his 40K up. He ends up getting all in with ace queen versus Tilly's sixes on like an 8-high board.
That's what got him to 40.
No, they ran out of chop.
Oh, yeah, but then he had aces. Like he flatted aces one time and
right. So he gets a triple up on his 40K, flatting aces versus Kim and Durr. Durr has ace king, Kim has queen jack, comes jack high. He ends up getting it in post. So it came jack 10 high. Durr calls off the 40. Kim calls off the 40 with queen jack, and he holds.
Mm-hmm.
So now he has like 120-ish, and then this hand happens versus poor Doyle. So the hand, I don't recall what the action was, but they get to a flop of king queen 3. I assume it was a 3-bet pot.
Doyle 3-bet.
Yeah.
Krish cold called the queen jack offsuit. We went 3 ways to the flop or something like that.
Yeah.
Doyle overbet the flop, 50K.
Really good spot to overbet too.
Bro, you got no bluffs here.
Three
No,
ways?
he has no bluff.
3 ways? Do you still want to overbet?
He overbet the
like
flop.
betting pot 3 ways is probably the equivalent
Yeah.
of overbetting.
Yeah.
Maybe even
Bet-
3/4.
He overbet slightly. He threw the whole brick out.
That's convenient.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you.
And then he's got this
And then
face
he
on,
put
you're
that
fucked.
face on, where
yeah,
he's like,
you're fucked.
So Krish flops a pair after cold calling a 3-bet pre. He's obviously not going anywhere. He sticks in the rest of it, and they are about to play a 300K pot, just shy of. Doyle's in pretty good shape here, man. King Queen 3. They agree to run it twice. Unfortunately for Doyle, on the first run, we see a turned queen. And on the second run, we see a rivered jack.
Oh my god!
So-
I didn't realize they ran it twice and
Yeah.
we lost both.
Krish really does it to him here. He finds a 5-outer twice and holds, nonetheless. Like, you have to hold too, you know?
Yeah.
I guess not the way he did it. he has Doyle drawing dead to an ace on the first run, as opposed to if he had turned a jack. But nevertheless, my man now has turned 40K into just shy of 300. And we got more eps to go.
What I'll tell people is to stay tuned.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
No, you don't. Krish is awesome. Like I'm good friends with Krish. And do you know what he does for a living or no?
He told me, like basically he broke it down to him just being an entrepreneur when we played Hustler together. Yeah. But he made it sound like it's a pretty interesting.
He pretty much builds brands.
Okay.
Like, so he like.
Oh, funny. We have a brand
Interesting.
in the making.
Would he be interested in building a podcast brand?
So he worked normal, like he had like a firm, like he worked a normal firm, right, with marketing or whatever. Mm-hmm. And he was like, I hated it. I was like, I hated that because it was basically they had like a formula of like ROI, blah blah blah, and like whatever, like the normal marketing way, right? But he wanted to do it. He's like, I want to just be like completely involved, even if it's something where it's like, oh, like this is the most efficient thing for you, even though I don't make money on like a lot of money on it, this is what's going to get you the highest ROI. So he started his own firm and that's all he does. Like on top of like
the marketing.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, basically, I don't know. I wouldn't call it marketing now. He basically just gets involved with the company and like from the ground up and just builds their entire brand.
Sort of like entrepreneurship, like consulting.
Yeah, it's almost like he's like an angel investor that also.
Well, that's very interesting because we do have a brand that's just getting off the ground, sort of. So
I mean, let me
use your
know.
connections there.
Does he actually, like when he gets involved, is he also investing money or is he doing it for a fee? Because there's a difference there. That's the difference kind of like between
I'm not
the angel.
sure. I'm not sure. I didn't ask him that.
Yeah. It's a nice gig, man. It's a nice, like, regardless of which way you're going about it, whether you are investing in a company and trying to grow it yourself or you are just a hired gun, in any event, when you can offer that sort of value, the returns are astronomical.
Yeah,
right?
I'm sure he does well. That Queen Jack hand, he has to do well.
Yeah.
I love him though.
That was a very blessed hand. No, he was a blast to play with on high stakes poker. He was in the mix a ton, took his lumps really well. Not a high stakes poker, Hustler Live.
So you know. I don't know how many people know him, whatever, but like he was in poker before. So I'll be free to say this because he's mentioned it a couple times publicly. But like he was in poker, and then got cheated massive in LA. Right?
Private games.
We're talking about big numbers, right? So he left poker because he had a super bad taste of that, and he just got back. Like this year, where you see him is the year of his like return.
How long has it been?
It's probably been like 4 or 5 years or maybe a little bit more, but like that's what happened. He was like in poker, got cheated, had a super bad taste, and these numbers are not small in these private games.
Makes sense why he would be doing more like streamed and TV games.
Right.
It's a little more legit.
Exactly.
Stream games, you know,
they're like,
doesn't mean too much.
Yeah, but it's like
but
it
these
probably
stream games
feels
are
a little bit
different,
safer and more legit. You have proof of stuff if there's anything.
Yeah, for sure. So that's kind of thing. I'm excited to watch the rest of the high stakes poker.
Yeah,
they changed the lineup now. Brent Kenny comes in.
Next episode, or
I think it's next episode. Yeah.
Who do we lose?
I don't know.
Not sure. We'll find out next week.
It's not Krish.
That's for sure true. Yeah, be sure to tune in next Monday to Poker Go, new episode of High Stakes Poker. We also have a new episode out of Poker Out Loud, just dropped yesterday. I believe this is episode 8. We have a little bit of a tease for you guys, hand played between my man Landon Tice and Chris Konvalinka.
He chooses very big bet. The problem with choosing very big bets is that I have a lot of threes. He does not have very many threes. So I'm gonna float with devious intentions here.
I think I would rather keep bluffing with a hand that like is actually gonna get folds from better on later streets. Whereas like here, I'm just kind of trying to get him off a chop.
My job now is to make his overpairs and ace high feel like garbage. I'm gonna bet 75. He's probably gonna call, and then we are going to house it.
Yeah, pretty annoying spot. I think with the gutter though, I just think it's too tight to just bet 50 on the flop and fold now.
Go.
We're going to pick up this pot a lot, and if he calls me, congratulations. I'm all in.
If you enjoy Poker Out Loud and want to see more of Season 7 action between myself, Christian Soto, Landon Tice, Nate Sierski, Chris Konvalinka, that everybody? Nick Howard. And Nick Howard. How could I forget Nick Howard? Shout out to Nick Howard. He's at the final table of the
Texas 5K.
Yeah, where are they playing at? They're in Houston.
Prime. Oh, is that the main, the 5K?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
main.
Oh.
Him, Justin Saliba. There was another notable name there. I can't recall off the top of my head now. Yeah, like 3 pretty notable names at the final table. I think first place is 455.
Wow, good.
Nice little score there. But if you guys are interested in watching more Poker Out Loud, we have 7 seasons up at solveforwhy.io. I believe we're about halfway through this season.
The people want an OnlyFriends
Poker Out Loud.
Wow.
People want it.
You
I
guys
saw
are
it
about
in
to
the
get
comments.
wrecked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I'm afraid of
excited.
the 2006 Brian coming
Oh
out.
man,
You would obviously be wearing
these
the shades.
glasses
Yeah.
will be on the
not
entire
again.
time.
And do you, like, if we can find some sort of full tilt gear, that'd be great.
He definitely has a class.
I got like a box full of like I knocked out a pro full
Yeah.
tilt
There you
jerseys
go.
somewhere.
You got rid of that track
We
jacket?
should make one that's like I
I
knocked
probably
out
have
a
that
pro
too,
map.
I mean, that track jacket was
Yeah.
next fucking level as far as I'm concerned.
Oh yeah.
I think it would be fun. The table talk would be great.
Yeah, I think we could probably do a day of that. I'll talk to production, find out when exactly we're going to be looking to film again. I think it's probably going to be right around the World Series. Have had some interest from people who want to get on. Ginge Poker reached out. K-Rab has been wanting to do it for a while, so hopefully we can coordinate with him. A couple other people that I would like to reach out to. Pads mentioned wanting to do it. Although I don't know like what the overseas travel schedule looks like when it comes to WSOP.
It's looking like people are coming in June.
Yeah, so that might be I don't know. I have to look at the schedule and see like where the breaks are. There usually tends to be a random break for like EDC or like a seniors week, whatever. So like those are usually decent times to carve out a day
Doyle's
or two.
in.
What's up?
Doyle's in.
Doyle's in. I would love to hear the thought process behind the Jack
that'd be
Deuce.
great.
Just like, well, I'm against 2 women and I got a suited hand. I'm going to teach some goddamn lessons.
Convince Phil Galfond.
I don't think he's going to do it, man.
Convince Gary.
Everyone tweet at Phil Galfond and tell him you want to see him on
everybody
Poker Out
tweet
Loud.
Phil Galfond like,
and tweet at Berkey to tell him to switch cameras with me. Come on. It's
I would love
enough.
to see Phil Galfond in there. I mean, he's not giving away that much. Not PLO.
Maybe he'll
He
do a
can give
PLO
away
one.
as much or as little as he
he'll
wants.
crush
too.
us.
Yeah, no, we can't do
Like,
PLO.
I'm playing all hands. These people suck.
I'm
I'll
gonna
pay
just
for
go
the lesson.
when I play PLO. I just like go all in all the time.
You can't. It's PLO, not
Yeah, I know.
NLO.
I'll keep potting until I can all in.
Sounds like a fantastic strategy. Where can I back you?
If I have a draw on the flop, I'm in there. We're
Sure.
gonna run it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
This, I got to tell you, this sounds very eerily similar to my style of PLO, and there's a reason why I stay away from these
Right.
games.
That's why I stay away too.
It's hard. It's hard. You don't need a nut draw
So many
in no limit.
draws.
You know.
Tomorrow I want to talk about the Galfond tweet. Like, he said he's ready to go again.
Yeah, he's bored.
He's
I
like,
get
all
it.
right, if you're in Nevada
Yeah, he
or
wants
New
to.
Jersey,
He said he'll even be willing to do NL.
yeah, it's 2 months.
Yeah.
Imagine having what a trap. Imagine giving Galfond 2 months of just endless study.
Right. I know.
Because somehow he's a dog now. No, fucking learn on the fly, man. You're too good.
I would like to see Galfond and Doug Polk.
Jesus Christ. We gave Perkins 2 months of study and he came out and
I know,
assassinated
I know.
the
Think
young
about-
Landon Tice.
Just make sure that you keep Landon away from tweeting at Galfond.
Oh, Galfond, you want some smoke?
I'll give you 10.
Keep
I'll give you
Landon away
10.
from Twitter.
Like, no, but I
This
do.
is
I
banned.
mean, it's crazy. Like, he's ready to bang it out. Like, this guy's a legend, man.
No, he's great.
Who does this?
He's great, and he's also so mild-mannered and soft-spoken that his
Yeah, but
challenges
he
never
wants
come
to
off.
fucking smoke.
Yeah, but it never comes off like abrasive in any way, shape, or form.
No, he's
just
the
like,
nice
hey
guy
guys,
that steals your girl.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
He's
you're
just like
not- you
sitting
can't
around
even be
like
mad
ready
at
to
him
tweet one day
either.
like, hey guys, been a while. I know you guys probably would like to see me in action again, and I would like to make some money. So if there are any oncomers who would just like to gamble it up a little bit with old Phil,
I'll even
okay,
consider some NL.
yeah, maybe I'll even play your game. I don't know, whatever. Like just whatever. It's whatever. Just
Meanwhile,
if you guys have some time.
K-Rab's on the phone like, they're fucked. Don't worry, I got you.
But you know what? Him and his wife are like the epitome of that meme that's like, every soft-spoken guy needs a woman who's gonna like send his food back in order. Like, he got mashed potatoes. Okay.
I
didn't know a way to put that, but
perfect.
that's exactly
Right?
how I was.
They
thinking.
really
That's
are.
exactly.
I love Farrah to death. She is one of
She's
my
the smoke.
favorite human beings on the
She's
I
planet.
just love how
She's
she
just
defends him to the nail.
She's such a pit bull in that regard, but
love
she's
it.
also so insanely sweet. Like,
she would smack the shit out of anybody that
Right?
talks.
no,
to her.
That
absolute truth.
Talk about Phil one time.
She is in the audience
best.
screaming,
Yep.
"Keep my fucking husband's name out your mouth!"
That's her. Yeah.
But like at the same time, I've played with her, and like this is a girl who's literally set over set me like 10 times in a row for stack. Like every time we put money in the pot, she's just like, "I have a set." And I'm just like, "I know you fucking have a set, Farrah. One time can it be bottom set?" I have top set. I know you do. And like honestly, she's so sweet. Like we're in the heat of battle, we're gambling it up for huge amounts of money, and every time she break me, her bottom lip would just go up over her upper lip, just like I'm sorry.
That's like how every like ladies event I've played has been.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, I'm sorry.
I don't know what it says about me that like I'm this aggressive, abrasive guy in the arena who's just like constantly going at it with everybody and you know flinging chips around and everything else.
What it is.
And then like Farrah is somehow in the mix of it all and is just like, "I'm so sorry I broke
You're
you."
just the poorest guy in the room.
I'm 100%.
They feel bad.
Yeah.
100%.
You're also very phallic aggressive.
Every time she stacked me, the thought went through her head of like, I don't know if he can ante back up. I don't know if that might be the one. That may be the one that fucking broke him. And you know what? I respect that.
That was it.
I absolutely appreciate the sympathy. Farrah is one of my favorite humans on earth. But yeah, I'll be curious to see if anybody takes Galfond up on it. I doubt it, right? Like
In No Limit, I think he'll get.
Well, he's mostly just
action.
posing the New Jersey, Nevada marketplace too.
Well, he did say
he's willing to play on other sites.
Yeah, he's willing to.
Can talk.
Oh, okay, we can talk.
How good is he at No Limit? He has to be so
He
good
has
right
to be.
now.
I feel like you know what? I feel like he's been studying this whole time.
Yeah, for sure.
He's been studying since the like Landon Perkins match got announced. He's like, I might be next.
You know, Landon might challenge me.
But yeah, I mean, like of the Nevada, New Jersey marketplace, I don't really think that anybody's gonna take, unless Doug wanted to step back in somehow. But again, that would have him leaving Austin.
Yeah, I don't think,
which seems pretty unlikely.
Fuck, I didn't even talk about this. Anyway,
but yeah, like heads up is just like such a dying format. Not that it's not worth learning. Obviously, it's one of the fastest ways to understand game theory, at least in a vacuum. But there, at least to my knowledge, I don't think there are any people who are just like striving to get to the level that like Polk got to 7-8 years ago, whatever the case was, right? So
there's some guys like Barry Sweets and those guys like,
but they're rest of world.
Yeah.
I'm saying in the Nevada, New Jersey market, like in the American market, it's just it's really a dead format.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's mostly for 6-max players who are game starters.
Landon Berkey.
No.
Was Landon throw him in?
I think we're all like, I think Team Landon is all on the fence of like if a rematch would ever even occur with Perkins, let alone taking on like the GOAT. That's just not.
He has
really
the bracelet bet.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's
But
back on this
it's
year.
not like a normal bracelet bet. It's just that he has to win a bracelet or he pays money.
Well, he got laid a price, right? I think I got laid 10 to 1.
8 to 1, I think.
8 to 1.
8 to 1.
I think so.
Yeah.
Is that a good number?
I think.
Sound like it.
I thought no.
Not with mixed games. Not without playing mixed games.
Well, he's not gonna play mixed games.
Yeah, I thought
That's
no
what I'm
because
saying.
the no limit events are so big.
Yeah.
Right.
And he's also not going to be playing like
100K.
like the small field events.
I hope he just does it anyway.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Just wins like the Colossus or something.
Imagine that you get laid like 8 to 1 in a spot where you're probably like 25 to 1, and you just go out and rip off an event that had 10,000 runners.
Yeah.
It's like that's the one.
Yeah.
I just remember, I'm never gonna forget anything. Like one time when I was around Landon's age, I was like, I'm gonna win a bracelet, and then Dan O'Brien was like, "You're so young."
I'll never forget this. We talked Chin into coming to Tahoe with us, and we're like out on the boat, and he's a little drunk, And we're like trying to talk him into getting on the tube. We were like tubing or whatever, and he's like, no, I'm not doing. And finally, like I coerce him into it, and he's out there like strapping in, and he screams, "I'm gonna win a bracelet!" And Dan goes, "No, you're fucking not."
And now I play 1020 at Bellagio and 8 tournaments.
There you go.
Winning bracelets are so hard, man. It's just so hard.
Online's probably the best shot there is.
Online, yeah, he might do it online.
Online is
that's true.
The fields
that counts.
are reasonable compared to
I mean
the buy-ins.
It's kind of akin to a high roller, but the buy-ins are so low. That,
they're like it's like Colossus level buy-ins, but like high roller size field.
Right.
So you're like
you got a shot. You got a real crack.
Yeah, he should take more action.
Have you ever made a bracelet bet?
No, I don't even want to anymore.
Are you gonna play a series?
This year I will.
Oh, finally.
I think I might play cash during the series.
It's so good. It's so good.
I'm loving it.
You're sharp.
Watch what you wish for.
By week 1, Chin's not playing
I
any
feel like
tournaments.
it's a more
love to
pleasant
not
grind
play
than
anything.
tournament grind.
You just don't know what it's like to show up to the casino and not get a seat.
No, you got to show up early.
Yeah.
Or no.
Can I call in?
I'll show you the way.
I haven't
He's
played
got the secrets.
I haven't played cash
don't give 'em all
during
away,
the
man.
World Series since. Well, let me rephrase. I haven't played open cash games.
I got invited to something last time, but I always run it through you guys, and you're like, eh.
Yeah, it's always a.
Yeah.
I haven't played an open cash game since 2012, and I was like grinding 1020 with like Greggy and all those guys back then, which was actually the year that him, Jesse, and Osmus final table. It's funny, like it was literally the Bellagio 1020 game, just final tables the main.
Yeah.
But like we were playing back then, and that was the last time I played a relatively low volume schedule of WSOP. It's so hard. I would show up at like noon every day and get
That's
my
late.
seat at like 4.
That's late. You can't show up at noon. You also like you're too
brutal.
honest.
That's crazy.
You're too upfront. Like you gotta
be a little.
It's Vegas,
shiesty.
baby. Like,
Vegas.
Oh, I was getting fucked bad. That was back when Bellagio still had the pencil.
They got the
written list.
No. There's still the pencil in the summer.
Yeah, but
there's still the pencil.
But like they have a Bravo. They didn't
Maybe
even have
I'll
a Bravo back then.
What
Listen,
if I just?
there's no
what if I just had
Bravo,
my
all
own
that
game
shit.
during the
Bro,
series?
the
listen,
Melissa meetup
The
game.
Poo Dog Melissa meetup game during the series.
That's the play.
I think that might be the play.
Honestly, that's the play. Just go to like South Point
Yeah.
or one of these like weird off the strip and just be like, I'm here every day at noon. Come
Yeah.
play with
Come on
Melissa
down.
Poo Dog.
I'll tell you all a little bit
we
of
can
the
take
secrets in the
selfies.
upcoming blog.
Yeah.
I'll tell the secrets in the later pods after the series.
Yeah.
After-
Christian's the handshake with a hundo in it kind of guy.
No.
No
That
way.
works.
It's 40.
You just gotta know the right
gotta
people to talk
schmooze
to.
up
I just
to
need to
them a
find that
little
guy who called me at 4 a.m. and said, Berkey's coming down and kick all your asses. Because I had a seat locked up for fucking 8 hours in that 1020 game.
Yeah.
There's a little sticky note with my name on it saying, Berkey's coming.
That's true.
Whoever
That's
that is, like,
fucking
hit me
great.
up.
True. They do save seats for certain people.
It was also 4 a.m. I don't think anybody else was
Nobody else
coming. All right, that's going to wrap it for today's podcast. We're going to be back again tomorrow, as always, 5 days a week, the Only Friends podcast. Thank you guys all so much for joining in. Appreciate you guys all interacting in the chat and proving me right, voting on pop being the number one used term for
67%
carbonated
soda.
drinks.
Nonsense.
Thank you guys all so much. We will see you back
Lies,
here
fake
tomorrow.
Peace. It's the cornfield. Pop.
Wow, someone